Hey everyone. Yeah, earlier today I was doing the show with Todd Medina, and there was divine interruption in that show, and I got called immediately to relocate. Um, so divine reasons why that show was cut off, and so that's without saying too much on that. That's what kind of happened. But I wish to uh, perhaps touch on part of the topic Todd and I were on before we were divinely interrupted to allow for things to occur. Um, let's. I wish to share with you, and I'm open what I am. I'm a very powerful divine being. I am here on the surface to correct some things, to rectify things, and also to oversee the ascension, to secure timelines for humanity to have uninterrupted human experiences, ones that are not interfered with from, let's say, what were other light beings. I am not the only one that's here. You are here as well, and many more. And there are more powerful ones that are powerful just like I at the moment here. But you will become as powerful after you get through all the boot camp, which you're almost through. So, but nevertheless, what I wish to share with you is that yes, we're very real, we're very authentic, and all of you know that. So I don't need to go there. But what I wish to share is that we, other strong comrades here on the planet, some you have interacted with, some others you don't know. Um, or at least most of you don't physically know them, but they are here, and we have no fear. For us in these human bodies, we had to go through the same sort of processes that many of you did. We had to master the fear to become what we are in these human physical vessels. Now, once we have eliminated that fear, we get more of our prowess, the same as you will, and it's happening, and you get your own confirmations that it's true, that it's not BS. It's the real deal. So, having said that, one way to look at this, which is beautiful as well, everyone says change your mentality to positivity and what have you, and that you'll create before your eyes that perfect world, what you want, what everyone wants. If you had a choice, like who's going to choose war and poverty when you can choose a world with complete harmony, peace, and love where none of that exists? Really, there is no choice. So, having said that, I'm a powerful creator, the same as the other ones here on the planet. But when I take time and go out by myself, to look around, I'm always in love, and I project good things out in my reality here. But time again, if that was the way to do it, then why am I and other powerful ones take a walk around the reality or the timelines there, and why are we seeing dark things? Like, for instance, I'm always in a state of love and very powerful, and I was waiting to meet up with a very important um, friend and divine comrade yesterday, and I'm sitting at a little gas station, and here I witness school children, teenagers, smoking some drug, and also witness a sort of a drug transaction go down. Now, for my reality, I do not wish to see that. They're having their experience. Yeah, that's their experience with it. But, there's so many deep aspects of the dark that is attached to that. And, again, I tried to leave here a couple years ago. I said, Dad, I'm done with this bullshit. I'm going. I know I can. But I got pushed back into this human vessel. I was 2.5 feet above it in my energetic form, a big smile on that energetic face. I was going. Whoomp. No, I wasn't. Pushed right back into this physical body. The eyes snapped open, and I say, what the F? Then Father's stern words. He says, I insist you stay and watch the show. And, that led into more of a discussion. And one of the reasons I was leaving is because it was ridiculous, about this money thing. And it was at a time that I had no direction, no money. And I said, this is getting kind of ridiculous, Dad. And anyhow, so then I spoke with counsel while I'm awake like this, and okay, they said, yeah, everything's being accommodated. I said, okay, that's good, because I said, this is becoming a huge distraction for us here on the surface, not having the financial means to do what we're here to do. I said, good, give me my magic. I'll create a full tank of gas, But when that is stopped as well, I mean, what do we got? So, very quickly, in discussion with divine counsel, just like this, the same way I'm speaking with you, okay, they said, you're accommodated. And sure enough, they don't lie. And I was instructed to drive out the road, and when I did, uh, got cell phone service, and all of a sudden I received a call. The phone rung as soon as I got in service, and anyways, I answered it, and it was a person that said, I feel you need $200. And I said, yes, you're absolutely correct. I said, your intuition is correct. And I knew where it come from. And anyways, this is the way magic works. And then I was sent to, or this is the way divinity works. Then I was sent to Vancouver Island, and all along the way, I had enough money to get there. I was accommodated. But anyways, I got rambling on again, but I had to share that with you, to show you that I do. And at that time, I did not just ask for myself. When I was speaking with counsel, I said, it's all the light workers, and this has to be remedied. Give us our magic, allow us to use it in these lower dimensions, or give us the finances to do it. So, they agreed, and we did have that, and I did see change reflected out amongst you at that time. But again, with this whole monetary thing, and why I push it in the direction that I do, is that I push it to a way to separate you from the money, so that you will be more apt to use your divine magic, because it is there for you to use and to tap into that way. So, and that is there for you at that time, at this time, and it's been there since I had that discussion with divine counsel a couple years ago. But nevertheless, again, I'm getting off track. I was back to let's get back to the darkness thing. So, just giving you a little bit of scoop. Yeah, we're here to do a job, but, there's certain things that we must, let's say when we're down in these lower 4D timelines, that there's only a certain amount of magic we can use to do that. But one of the reasons we're down in these lower timelines is because of the darkness. And you can label that whatever way you wish, but it's very real, and it's a resistance, and it is against the light. And I must speak my truth and about yin and yang. Yeah, there was a time that you take the dark and the light in equal balance. That's what you thrive for, many years ago, to understand the importance of that balance, not to be outweighed with darkness or light, because you needed that balance to sustain yourself on the 3D timelines. Well, guess what? The 3D is gone. We are on 5D and 4D, and there's different rules that apply. And with that, no one really wants the darkness, meaning that you have a choice and you have the opportunity to take the full darkness out of you and become all light. And that is also what this ascension is about. But very rarely is one allowed to do that and leave in their light body. And there's a reason for that as well. We are all comrades and we're here to do a job. And very rarely is one allowed to leave before our job is done. Very rarely. And, we're here also to stamp out this darkness and the control on the timelines. And if you look at that, and many of you that you know you can leave, but hey, you're still here. So what's the reason for that? Well, it becomes very clear. We're here to do a job, and that job is to assist as many to wake up and to stamp out the darkness. So it's pretty straightforward. And and also to raise yourselves, that darkness must leave. Now, the darkness is very real. It was. But we are quarantining it to the 4th dimension. You, in the minimum, are able to go to the 5th dimension above it, where it does not have power over you. So it's been quarantined to that certain quadrant of time and space or dimension, whatever you wish to call it, but it cannot go where you're going, and that is a fact. And nevertheless, it is here on the 4th dimension, and aspects have come into the 5th dimension where we are at, but they have come there so that we can dissolve them here on the 5th dimension, the lower 5th dimension, where they have no power here, where you actually have the power over them. And so it's a process, and each of you must go with what you get. If you have a warrior mission here, like I'm saying, against the dark, or if you just have a loving mission here and just do your own thing. Everyone does what's perfect for them, and for me and where I'm at, and other my divine comrades, we know that the dark remnants are here, and we know that they are to be alleviated, and we continue our mission knowing that. And we have done exercises, that's not shared publicly in the past, to eradicate certain things. I will, and I'm allowed to share with you, Paula and I, for instance, Paula Fontanez. I'm sorry, Paula, your name, I just not very great at pronouncing it, but her and I took out missiles on the energetic realms that were there, and one of these big missiles was in the White House, and we through remote viewing, sort of like, but kind of different. We took that out. We disassembled it. Well, actually, Paula did it. She went in and was able to dismantle it and render it useless. These are the things we do, and we don't need any confirmation. We know it's true, but we do get confirmations on our successes. But let me say, it is very real. The darkness that at least we are here to see. And many of you, I know that I have spoken, on the phone with some of you. We have messaged in private messages, and we have spoken about you being targeted. And any one of you that was targeted knows that it's very real and that you were targeted by a sinister force. And also, many of you that were targeted also know that you're still here and that there was divine intervention. And that's one of the main things that, as a confirmation to eliminate your fear. And also, having said that during, during those very dark and fear-based experiences of being a target, and everything you thought you knew as a human flipped upside down. Well, it let's say there was a lot of fear attached to that, but hey, you overcome it and you're still here. So, going forward, perhaps there, Todd and I will have something maybe on Sunday. I'll see what he's doing to get more into the aspects of those of you that were targeted. But to keep it simple right now, you are all protected, and you know that. And, most of you were targeted by the dark. And my experience here, I was targeted by it as well. And let me say, I have no vengeance or I have really no wish to what the darkness did to me. I forgive it, but hey, it would not go away, So it's showing to me, what I must do. And again, just not so long ago, it pops up around watching. It cannot do anything, but it's there. It shows itself as try to act intimidating or what have you, but no effects with it, and also to let me know that it's still around, that we still got work here to do. So you are provided with everything you need to dismantle this darkness, and we're doing it. And those of you that feel that's not any part of you, well, then you have to do what you're doing and follow that. Everyone is correct. So every perspective is correct as well, because it's for them. So, well, I got a lot out. Time to be quiet, I guess. So, Richie Sonder, are you with the High Council? Yes, Richie, I am. And as I said before, I'm a divine being of very high order. My place is right beside the Godhead, if you wish. And I know many of you felt that, but that is what I am. And I'm down here to do with you, my comrades, what needs to be done. And do we really need a lengthy explanation? I don't believe we need that, why we are here. You can see why we're here, and you can feel why we're here, and you know why we are here. And you have also received your own individual knowledge through your thoughts and hearing, the voices from the galactics, which are comrades as well, and all of these aspects, and it's real. And so I guess this is just to let more of you know that we'll be starting to receive more information in respect to what you are, and what your purpose here really is upon the surface, and also discovering the answers to some of the age-old mysteries of life. And this is what we are, and it's very real. There's no escaping that. And again, I spoke to a lady earlier today. She was a target as well, and I've spoken to many. And when you first start speaking out against governments or banks or any of that, that's when you get a number on your back, and that's when you're targeted. And my experience was just that. I began, I wasn't awakened then, but I began speaking my truth, what I was seeing in the financial markets. I was trading for myself, but to be most diligent and prudent, and I had all of my family's money at risk, and to assure that, I spent many, many hours going into the depths and trying to understand the dynamics of how everything worked. And very quickly, I come to find out that it was so blatant that, let's just say, from a securities regulator, right up to the government and beyond that, that everything is corrupt and was a lie. And it was all, I first started with securities regulators here in Canada. I started looking at that. They were not enforcing their jobs, but I looked at what they put out, what they said. They're there to protect investors, but it became very clear that no, they were not. And they would lie to say that they promote a fair market. And no, that's incorrect. To just simply show that is that banks manipulate all stock prices. It's written that when they do a private placement or anything like that, they dictate what the price of that stock will be. And any securities regulator, therefore, cannot say it's a fair market because it is controlled by the wealthy and by the banks. And so, and they put all the people's pension money in there. And actually what happens is that, the pensions build up, but then the banks come in and take the cream off it, and everybody got no money again. Then they got to work again. They build it up, and every time the stock market raises, the cream of the crop is taken off of it. But it's all in collusion with every aspect of government and banks, and it's designed that way. And it's actually ridiculous. But, and that's part of what we're here to tear down, and it's part of what's happening globally. Your Swiss leaks, Panama Papers, what the consortium of investigative journalists, I forget the acronym, I believe is ICIJ, International Consortium of Investigative Journalists. There, I got it. Yeah. They have done incredible work on exposing offshore accounts, and also, of all the corporations that avoiding taxes, and even governmental departments, avoiding taxes. And then we must recognize Julian Assange for WikiLeaks, their important work that, even the media brings out. And yes, Edward Snowden. I mean, these were all part of the revelations, all part of one big thing, exposing the global corruption that we're here to break down because it suppressed people. And it created the wars, it created sickness, it created poverty, it created death. And we're here to change that and stamp it out. And anyone that just takes not even 5 minutes, just takes 30 seconds to think for themselves that where the planet, where all the powers to be can print money, they can print it to eternity, infinity, whatever, that they could always print a little bit of that to wipe out poverty, war, and everything. But yet, did they do that? I mean, only a savage would not do that, would not remedy everything when they had the full power in their hands. So that explicitly shows you that there's ill intent, that there's darkness here. And it's within all the governments, and it's intentional, and it's absolutely ridiculous. But it's why we're here, and it's why we're here now to correct things, because things got out of hand. And I will say again, in 2012, it's when Mother, Father, God put their foot down, and when we really began to awaken. So everything has been ordained. It's been for this time, for us to do it. And there's no turning back, and you don't get to leave here unless you're lucky. Maybe you might, but as I said, I tried to leave here, and no, until the work's done. So here we are. So we keep taking out this darkness, and yeah, it no longer serves. You don't need it. You don't need any darkness. I know I don't, and I don't want any, but perhaps you want some of it and want to love it. No, I don't even want it in my existence. I don't need it. It doesn't serve me any longer. I don't want any darkness or any fear. I want to be in a place of total bliss, love, harmony, peace, no destruction. Like, who wouldn't? So no, we don't need darkness. Darkness is real. We're here to take it out, and we're doing just that. So I love you all so much. Peace. And have an awesome evening, day, morning, wherever you're at. We're doing this, and nothing stops us. And so we'll catch you later.